I've always thought people who claim to find cursed objects at thrift stores were just desperate for attention. You know the type, they buy some ugly lamp shaped like a clown, then blame it when their Wi-Fi gets spotty. Well, I'm Charlie Winters, and I'm here to eat my words with a side of terror sauce. It was one of those perfect October Saturdays. Crisp air, leaves crunching underfoot, and garage sales dotting the neighborhood like landmines for my wallet. I wasn't even looking for home decor. My apartment was already a shrine to bad decisions and IKEA's greatest hits. But there it was, leaning against a card table at old Mrs. Henderson's place. A full-length mirror with an ornate wooden frame carved with what I'd later realize were not, in fact, fancy flowers but screaming faces. $50, Mrs. Henderson croaked. Her eyes never quite met mine, which should have been red flag number 1. 30, I countered, because apparently I enjoy bargaining for my own doom. Fine, just take it today. No returns. She practically shoved my money into her housecoat pocket. Getting that monstrosity up 3 flights of stairs to my apartment nearly killed me, which would have been a mercy compared to what followed. I propped it up in my bedroom corner, admiring how it made my shoebox apartment look bigger. Finally, I said to my reflection, a grown-up piece of furniture that wasn't assembled with an Allen wrench. That first night, I slept like garbage. I kept waking up feeling like someone was watching me. Once, at 3:17 a.m., because horror always happens at specific, weird times, I could have sworn I saw someone standing in the mirror. Just a shadow, really. When I flipped on the light, there was nothing but my own pale face staring back. Cool, 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 I muttered. Just sleep deprivation. Or ghosts. Totally normal. The next morning, I noticed a photo on my dresser had moved. Not dramatically, just rotated about 45 degrees. It was a picture of me from college, standing outside my dorm. I didn't remember the photo being taken, but there I was, smiling like I knew something no one else did. Things escalated over the next few days. I'd come home to find my bedroom door open when I definitely closed it. The temperature in that corner of the room dropped about 10 degrees. My cat, Pumpkin, refused to enter the bedroom, hissing at the mirror like it owed her money. Loving the horror movie vibe we've got going here, Pumpkin, I said, scratching her ears. Very seasonal. By Friday, I was desperate for someone to tell me I wasn't losing it, so I invited my best friend Val over. Valerie Peters has been my ride or die since 9th grade. Mainly because she's the only person who laughs at my jokes and tells me when I'm being an idiot, which is often. Val took one look at the mirror and said, "Where did you get that ugly thing? It looks like it ate Victorian children for breakfast." Garage sale. Mrs. Henderson practically gave it away. Val squinted at her reflection. Didn't Mrs. Henderson's husband die under mysterious circumstances? Something about hallucinations and self-harm. What? No. He had a heart attack playing golf. That's the official story. Val wiggled her eyebrows dramatically. I rolled my eyes. You watch too many horror movies, says the person who bought a creepy mirror from a widow. That night after Val left, I took a shower. When I wiped the steam from the bathroom mirror, I swear I saw someone standing behind me just for a second. I whipped around, heart pounding, but the bathroom was empty. Back in my bedroom, I stared at the antique mirror. My reflection looked normal, if a bit terrified. Then I blinked, and when my eyes opened, it wasn't me staring back. It was still my body, but the expression was all wrong. My reflection smiled, a cold, knowing smile I'd never made in my life. Then it raised a finger to its lips like we shared a secret. I screamed and ran out, spent the night on my couch with all the lights on. Pumpkin seemed to approve of this decision, curling up on my chest like a furry guardian. The next morning, feeling foolish in the daylight, I called Val. "So my mirror tried to kill me last night," I announced when she picked up. "Before or after coffee?" she asked. "I'm serious." My reflection wasn't me. 20 minutes later, Val was at my door with bagels and her laptop. "We're researching this thing," she declared, marching past me. "This has cursed object written all over it." While I maintained a safe distance, Val examined the mirror closely. "There's something carved on the back," she said, running her fingers along a set of faded symbols. "Looks like Latin, maybe? Or something older." We spent hours going down internet rabbit holes about haunted mirrors, possession, and the history of Mrs. Henderson's house. Turns out, before the Hendersons moved in 30 years ago, the house belonged to a family called the Blackwoods. They'd left town suddenly after their daughter had a nervous breakdown. Charlie, Val said, her voice uncharacteristically serious, I think this mirror belonged to the Blackwoods. And I don't think that family just moved away. Looking at the mirror now, I could see how the frame's carvings seemed to shift in the late afternoon light, faces emerging from what I'd thought were just abstract patterns. And deep in the glass, if I looked at just the right angle, there seemed to be rooms I'd never seen before, places that couldn't exist in my apartment. I think, I said slowly, the mirror remembers things I don't. That night, I couldn't sleep. The mirror seemed to glow faintly in the dark, calling to me. Around 2 a.m., I gave in and approached it, drawn like a moth to flame. My reflection looked exhausted, with dark circles under my eyes. But as I watched, the background behind me changed. Instead of my bedroom wall with the faded poster of a band I pretended to like in college, I saw what looked like a hospital room. I spun around. My bedroom was normal. But in the mirror, I was standing in a sterile room with white walls and a bed with restraints. What the hell? I whispered. In the mirror, my reflection's lips moved, but it wasn't saying what I was saying. It looked panicked, mouthing words I couldn't hear. Then the scene changed again. Now my reflection showed me standing in what looked like a basement. There were other people there, shadowy figures. One stepped forward, a woman with long dark hair and intense eyes. I stumbled back, hitting my dresser hard enough to knock over that strange college photo. The glass cracked and suddenly a flash of memory hit me. The photo wasn't from college. I'd never seen that building before. And the smile on my face wasn't knowing, it was terrified. The next morning, my doorbell rang. When I opened it, my heart nearly stopped. Standing there was the woman from the mirror, the one with the intense eyes. Hello, Charlie, she said, smiling like we were old friends. I'm Eliza Blackwood. I believe you have something of mine. I almost slammed the door, but curiosity won out. How do you know my name? Her smile widened. We've met before. You just don't remember. I let her in because I'm clearly the person who dies first in horror movies. Eliza walked straight to my bedroom like she knew exactly where the mirror was. There you are, she whispered, touching the frame lovingly. I've been looking for you. What is that thing? I demanded. And why is it showing me places I've never been? Eliza turned to me, head tilted. But you have been there, Charlie. The mirror doesn't lie. It remembers what you've forgotten or what you've been made to forget. What are you talking about? 5 years ago, you volunteered for a research study at Everglade Institute. Memory manipulation. They were testing a new procedure to selectively remove traumatic memories. She tapped the mirror's frame. This mirror was part of the equipment. It somehow absorbed the memories as they were extracted. But it doesn't just store them, it wants to give them back. I laughed nervously. That's ridiculous. I never volunteered for anything like that. That's the point, isn't it? You wouldn't remember. She pulled out her phone, showed me a photo. There I was in a group of about 20 people standing in front of a building, the same one from my college photo. My head started pounding. This is insane. The procedure had side effects, Eliza continued relentlessly. Most subjects developed severe psychological issues when the memories started bleeding back in fragments. The institute shut down the program and destroyed all the equipment, except this mirror, which I took. I was one of the researchers. So why do you want it back? Her eyes gleamed. Because it works, Charlie. The mirror wants to restore what was taken. It's been trying to show you your real memories. That night, after Eliza left, without the mirror, I wasn't ready to give it up. I sat on my bed staring at my reflection. If what she said was true, what memories had I lost? What had been so terrible that I'd volunteered to have it erased? Show me, I whispered to the mirror. My reflection smiled, that not my smile again. Then the glass seemed to ripple, and I saw myself in that basement again. There were others with me, other subjects. One was Val. She looked younger, terrified. There was Eliza wearing a lab coat. And there was another researcher, Mrs. Henderson. The scene shifted. Alarms blaring. People screaming. Blood on the walls. Val pulling me through corridors. A fire spreading. We have to destroy it all, Mirror Val was saying. They can't know what happened here. The images came faster now. Val and I separating. Me changing my name. Val finding me years later. Pretending we'd known each other since school. Keeping an eye on me. Monitoring for side effects. And Mrs. Henderson, recognizing me at her garage sale, panic in her eyes as she practically gave away the mirror she'd also stolen. Wanting it gone, but afraid to destroy it. I grabbed my phone, called Val with shaking hands. Charlie? What's wrong? Her voice was concerned, perfect best friend concern. The mirror, I said. It showed me everything. The institute, the experiment, the fire, silence. Then, I'm coming over. Don't look in it again. When she arrived, her face was grim. It wasn't supposed to happen this way. Your memories were the worst, what you saw, what you did. The mirror was drawing them out slowly, safely. But now, what did I do, Val? What was so terrible? She wouldn't meet my eyes. You don't want to know. Trust me. I need to know. Val sighed. Fine. Look in the mirror one last time. But I'm getting rid of it for good this time. I stood before the mirror. My reflection looked sad now, resigned. Behind it, I saw the basement lab again. Saw myself strapped to a chair. Saw the other subjects, terrified, screaming. Saw myself break free. Saw what I did to the researchers who tried to stop me. Saw the fire I started. Saw why I'd begged them to take these memories away. Oh God! I whispered, backing away. Now you understand, Val said quietly. Some things are better forgotten. She covered the mirror with a blanket. But not before I saw my reflection mouth something that looked like, I'm still here. That night, Val took the mirror away. She never told me what she did with it. But sometimes, when I catch a glimpse of myself in my bathroom mirror or a store window, I see that other smile, just for a second. And I know the mirror might be gone, but what it remembered about me is still out there, waiting. After all, some reflections never really fade.